Anyway, how are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing
how you
wonderful.
doing?
How do you feel about having to cut probably the first?
Always dressed as Superman.
Okay, Ethan, let me ask you a question. Charlie on the
What?
podcast.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Thanks for coming on to the podcast, Ethan. Charlie and I are going to ask you some questions now.
I'm gonna have to cut so much
I
of
know.
this intro.
All right, do we just want to leave this as the director's cut and then start right now? We want to do a clean slate.
We can't.
Sync!
Let's
Welcome back to episode
no,
73 of the Random Banter podcast,
give
everybody.
him the intro.
Cool. That's the sync.
Sync.
Sync. That's also the sync.
Wait, so
Sync.
why do you get a headset and we don't?
Sync.
Why do you get a headset and we don't?
Because
Are we synced?
Do you want the headset?
Oh my! Did you just say salmon? Dude, it's salmon. Did we clip that for the podcast?
Wait, can we make a okay? Now up here you're gonna put people doing a GTA 5 car course, but doing it really, really badly.
Dude, you're making this horrible for people on Spotify, like listening to. So
I used to be an OnlyFans gamer.
I just itched my ass.
Shut up. First off, welcome back to episode 73 of the Random Banter podcast.
Woo!
We're so freaking back. Today I have on
So back.
Mr. Charlie and Mr. Marcus, two of my friends from college. Hello.
Hello.
We're recording this on an iPhone 12 Pro, so it looks like absolute garbage,
I'm ethnic.
but that's okay. What? What?
Guys, he's ethnic. Can we get a round of applause?
Thank you.
I'm sorry. We're gonna have to cut all of this.
That might have to be cut.
That's all it is.
That might have to be cut. That might have to be cut. Anyway, I gotta say, this is the most interesting setup to a podcast that I've ever had.
Like it. I feel like it's cozy.
I think it's
Like-
pretty cozy.
Because it's like your room's got you keep your room so clean, and so like
That's true.
and so you've got like cool shit on the wall. This is just like we're in the man cave, man.
I can't.
We're in the man cave forever.
And I'm recording because my camera died.
1,000
I was gonna
hours.
record it on my camera, and then my camera died. So now I'm recording it on my phone. So I bet you can't even see my mouth moving from all the way over here.
Really?
And Charlie's water bottle just fell on the cords.
Your camera,
okay,
your
there's
camera
nothing in there.
died? How does that make you feel, though?
It makes me feel sad, and it makes me feel like I neglected the health of my camera battery.
Oh, it makes me feel really good.
I regret.
Why did we bring
I
him
regret
on?
asking
We
him
could have left him
to come on
downstairs.
this. Marcus, I
could've
have the
left him
power. I can
downstairs.
turn you off. I can mute you.
Oh. Well,
Hey guys, so I noticed I've got a different pop filter than the rest of you. Is there?
Yeah, it's just because they ran out of
It's
red.
because I'm Italian.
Yeah.
what is a pop filter?
It's the thing that goes on top of the microphone.
Well, shouldn't I get the off-colored one since, I'm ethnic?
Okay, and we cut.
And that's a callback for all you viewers at
That's
home.
a callback for the behind-the-scenes cut. If anybody wants to watch.
The only reason that you have a different one is because I had 3 red ones, and then I
Really?
tried to put it on, and then it like ripped. Like as I was putting it on, so I was like, "Well, gotta get a."
I could make so many jokes.
Yeah, you. Jeez. Anyway, how are you
Always-
guys doing tonight?
We're doing
how you
wonderful.
doing?
How do you feel about having to cut probably the first?
Always dressed as Superman.
first Okay, Ethan, let me ask you a question. Charlie on the
What?
podcast.
I don't want to be here anymore.
So-
Thanks for coming on to the podcast, Ethan. Charlie and I are going to ask you some questions now.
I'm gonna have to cut so much
I
of
know.
this intro.
All right, do we just want to leave this as the director's cut and then start right now? We want to do a clean slate.
We can't.
Sync!
Let's
Welcome back to episode
no,
73 of the Random Banter podcast,
give
everybody.
him the intro. Can we do this more often? Can we be more frequent flyers on this podcast?
Welcome back to episode 70. I'm crying.
Ugh.
Okay. Anyway, how are you guys doing tonight, man?
I'm doing wonderful.
That's good.
We had Ethan and I, and Luke was here earlier.
Oh
You
yeah,
guys-
Luke was gonna come on the episode, but
He was going to what? I'm sorry. Don't cut it out, please.
Don't cut it. He's here for. He wants just 15 seconds of fame
It just
here.
slipped out. Wait, I need to get my 50.
help me, please. But yeah. Luke was gonna come on the episode, but then he left.
Yeah, he left. But me, him, and Ethan were sitting here jamming over some notes for our voice class.
Working on.
We had a
homework.
really good time earlier.
We did.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were at the gym.
He was.
No, I wasn't.
You were at Spirit Halloween.
I was.
What are you being for Halloween, Marcus?
I'm dressing as Jeremy Allen White from The Bear because I'm a little petite prince, just like my good friend Jeremy. I was either gonna do that or slutty Kim Jong-un.
Oh God.
He calls him Jay actually because him and Jeremy are so tight.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. He came over the
I
other
called
night.
Kim Jong-un Big Thicky Kimmy.
That's so beautiful.
That's wonderful.
You're so brave.
You are.
You're so brave. Mango Loco Monster.
I feel like Elvis.
Do we
I'm
get
like
a
eating the
sponsor?
mic.
Okay, let's get a little conversation topic going.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask. Charlie and I were talking about this earlier, but I don't think I ever fully got your answer to this. What is the worst fortune you've ever had from a fortune cookie? Because I got mine earlier tonight.
Yeah.
I'll put a picture of it on screen right now. It was just half of the fortune. Like it was
chopped.
it was chopped.
It was chopped.
They didn't finish printing it. Like it was
It's
I
a piece of paper that was exactly half the size
it
of a normal
literally was a
fortune.
small piece of paper
Yeah.
that had nothing on it.
Yeah.
It was the saddest thing I've ever seen. But yeah, I've been on a kick lately of getting really bad fortunes. But Marcus, what's the worst fortune you've ever had?
You know, I usually don't read my fortunes, but the ones that always suck are the ones where it's just like an ad to the website that makes your fortune cookies.
I've
where
had
it's
one
like,
of those.
Get more at www.pandachong.com
Yeah.
or something along those lines.
it's like enjoy the meal, buy one to go. Like that's one that I've had.
Yeah.
Who's that one guy? That was a great explanation.
Thanks.
The one guy who wears the beanie and he's got the long.
comedian. I think his name's Bryce.
Are you sure? He's very Asian. Is his name?
Is
I
it
think his
Bobby
name is
Lee?
Bryce.
Bobby Lee. I feel like him right now.
Is this the Bad Friends podcast with Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
let's give it back to Ethan. Ethan's about to snap. We need to lock in, please.
no more culture.
So Ethan, you're in the middle of rehearsals for a show right now. Why don't you tell us about that?
I am. I'm currently in the middle of rehearsals for Into the Woods. It's a Stephen Sondheim musical.
These guys are both in
Yeah,
it.
Marcus is in it too. He's playing Jack. I'm playing Rapunzel's prince. Marcus, you enjoying rehearsals so far? I know Ryan's an avid listener to the podcast, the director Ryan. So
Is he actually?
I don't know.
Okay.
Can we
so
make
he's
him?
not-
Can we make this happen?
I mean, we could. I don't think he.
Can we make this happen
I
with
think
a
I've
Mango
talked to him
Loco
before. I don't
Monster?
think he likes listening to podcasts.
Do you think we could convince him with a Mango Loco Monster not sponsored? Do you think?
Probably.
Do you think with a little brand dealage we could get Ryan
I mean,
Scoble
we
to
might
listen
be
to the
able
podcast?
All right, just full name drop it. Actually, he's an actor. It's fine. But yeah.
I'm sorry. Can we cut that out?
No, I think it's okay because he's an actor.
Okay,
You're
I'm
making
sorry,
this a
Ryan.
really hard podcast to film, Charlie. We're gonna have to cut a lot of the shit that you're
No,
saying.
we really are. Like, it's gonna be so. Not you.
Yeah.
It's mostly Marcus.
I can't wait to watch this podcast and just be like, man, I feel like I talked more, but I'm not really saying anything in this edit of it.
There's gonna be so much that I have to cut out, but it's okay. Just because Marcus can't.
Yeah, should
Not.
we restart or do you think we should
Nah,
just
it's
keep
okay.
rolling?
I'll find something salvaging. We
Yeah.
should just keep. You know, whenever like a train's like falling off the track, like I'm not gonna push it back up on.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let it fall.
I'm just gonna let it fall, and then we're gonna keep driving on the side of the road. That's how trains
yeah,
work.
yeah.
They got emergency.
Speaking
wheels.
of falling, Ethan, you're in rehearsals for a show right now. Why don't you
Yeah.
tell us about that?
Yeah, so I'm in rehearsals right now for Into the Woods. It's yeah, I'll take a pillow. It's a Stephen Sondheim musical, and Marcus is in it too. Actually, he's playing Jack. You getting deja vu, buddy?
Nuts.
You know, let's talk about that. We got two Pennsylvanians and one West Virginian here.
I'm technically Pennsylvania.
I'm also technically a West Virginian.
I grew up.
I'm technically
I
from Allentown.
You're from Allentown. That's
until
like
until like sixth grade. I lived in Pittsburgh,
Oh, well, there you go.
Peters
so you're-
Township. Is picking?
what you got?
There's going to be so much more cut than actual usable
Listen,
footage in this
people
podcast.
are either
Is that a
gonna love
first?
they're
Huh?
either gonna.
Can I ask if it's a first that like this may be the first one where there's more cut footage than there is?
Yes. Yeah. There was one time that I what? There was one time that I had to cut an hour and a half from an entire episode.
Wow,
What
was that the
happened?
One Piece episode?
No, that was you know, I could say that. I could say this. It's not bad. I had I talked to Jason Page, he's the guy who sang the Pokemon theme, like that. I wanna
Oh, yeah.
be the very best, like that one.
That's an
Um,
awesome guess.
Great song. Very fun guest. Yes.
Phenomenal.
But in the middle
song.
of it, he told me this might happen at the beginning, but he was in the lottery for Burning Man tickets.
Oh, wow.
And then in the middle of it, he like got the Burning Man tickets, and we had to like put a hold on the episode for an hour and a half while he like got them and like made sure that they were right. And yeah, I had to cut out an hour and a half, which was longer than the actual episode was. So it was like, yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy.
What is Burning Man?
It's like Lollapalooza. It's like a big music event.
Big
What
music
is
event.
Lollapalooza?
Lot of
It's a big music event.
big music event with a lot of spiritual stuff.
It's like Woodstock.
Yeah, it's like Woodstock.
okay.
It takes place in a desert.
Do they
People
sing musical theater?
Probably not. I don't think
Well.
I'm gonna go to Burning Man and see like one day more like like they're not gonna be.
Speaking of one day more, Ethan, you're in rehearsals for a show right now. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I'm actually in Into the Woods right now. It's a Stephen Sondheim. What? Can we stop?
Can we cut this bit?
People are either gonna really hate this episode, or they might think it's fine.
I know my dad always listens to this, so shout out.
I can't wait to see the edit of this.
Hi, my dad. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Ethan's
but
Hi,
yeah,
Dad.
Yeah, so
Greetings, Mr. Maxwell. My name is Marcus Shin, and I'm a 20-year-old young, spunky man who can't wait for you to see our show.
all three of us are actors. Charlie's an actor. Marcus is a musical theater actor.
Yes.
And Marcus, I know you did I know you talked about this a little bit to me at one point, but you did a like a little acting workshop in New York.
Actor therapy
Yeah,
intensive.
you could call it an actor therapy summer intensive.
Yeah.
Because that is the official legal name of it.
You
could
So
call it
what?
that.
Just give a brief little rundown of what that was.
Oh, well, I mean, I really hate talking about myself. But I suppose I can in this moment if I need to. It was pretty sick. I lived in a shoebox in New York City for 2 weeks.
Yes.
In the middle of Hell's Kitchen. I was 2 minutes from the Al Hirschfield Theater. And I woke up at about 7 a.m. every day, and I had such long days filled with so much joy in theater. Basically, it consisted of 2 weeks of classes, and it culminated in a little showcase for just industry agents and people and such. I also got new headshots along with it. They're great headshots.
They are great.
But yeah,
headshots.
we had daily dance, we had daily voice lessons.
So what time did your day start?
My day starts at 7:30 a.m.
Oh,
I wake up in my shoebox. Next to me, sleeping on a wooden plank, is my good buddy Christian.
Shout out Christian. You can full name drop him.
Shout out Christian Clawsnitcher.
Go
He's
check him
4'11".
Go check him out.
My beautiful ginger boy.
Then we'd walk all the way to 54th Street, which was only like a 15-minute walk from where we were staying. We were on 45th, and we had to go to 54th.
Right.
And from 9 a.m. to 10:30 every day, we would start with dance. My dance teacher was Dee Tomasetta. She's like 12 Bravo credits. She's a nutty dancer.
So
Wow.
wait, you said your day starts at 7:30. Do you have to be at the place at 7:30 and your classes start at 9?
I have to be there at 9, so my day began at 7:30.
Oh,
with
so
the-
you
so
like
you
you
woke
like
up at
woke
7:30.
7:30.
I woke up at 7:30. My day began at 9.
Okay.
That's not as bad.
I was gonna
Right.
say because you said your day. You said your day started at 7:30, and then earlier you said you woke up at 7. And I was like, that's a little.
Hold
It's a
up.
hike.
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. This is my podcast. If you could stop interrupting.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Keep going.
Anyways,
Keep going. Keep going.
So
then
keep going.
from
Actors
10:30
therapy.
Yeah.
From 10:30 to 12:30, we have 2 hours of acting every day, which is just we break off into groups divided by our age. So I was with people around like 18 to 22 was my age range that I was with people.
Nice.
We did acting for 2 hours. And then we go to this class that they called actor therapy. This is an hour-long thing. This is pretty much like the big like draw of their business. This is how it began with this class. And it's essentially just a crash course on how to be like a working New York City actor.
Cool.
So they tell you how they like help you revamp your book.
Cool.
They help you work cuts. They help you make cuts. They help
Ethan
you like
doing
learn
some-
how to market yourself.
Sorry, I just had the shaking feeling that it wasn't recording. So
Yeah,
I
he had to
I
do
go,
some
I had to
tech
go
check.
check it real quick. But yeah,
Tech check,
we're
yeah.
good. Keep going.
Well, yes, of course. Then we do that.
The audio for this podcast is awesome. Marcus has been marriage kissing
my
this
mouth
mic.
has not left this little
I was
red
gonna
I'm
zone.
gonna have
say.
to like sanitize that mic. It's you're I don't know
Really
if you
getting
noticed,
up on it,
At the
pal.
beginning, I turned you way down
Oh, why is that?
because you were like, it was literally like you were like really up against the
You're
mic.
like right here.
Because like I hold it pretty close to my mouth.
Yeah.
That's why I don't.
Does my mic sound good?
Yeah, you're good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we're good.
But then we go from there, and then we each
Can't be good for the
every
cord.
single person has private voice lessons every day. So we each had a half an hour private voice lesson.
Definitely not.
I trained with a genius of a man. His name is Kevin Michael Murphy. He was on the National Tour of Book of Mormon with Gavin Creel. May he rest in peace.
May he
Oh,
rest
yeah.
in peace, Gavin Creel, the goat.
Kevin
All right,
Michael
the
The
Murphy.
goat. We just got a prayer from off stage.
we just gotta pray.
We're
got-
not
got a
making,
prayer
we're not
off
making
stage
a bit of
from
that.
our
That is a very sad
studio in
thing that
sunny
he passed
Burbank,
away.
California.
We're not making a bit of that.
Sunny Burbank, California. Yeah, no, we're
then
not going
we-
to make a bit of that. Gavin
do-
Creel was the goat.
Right.
He
but-
was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we do half an hour of voice lessons privately, and then we get around like an hour and a half break to just go get lunch. I would usually go to this poke bowl place right by me. It was so schmack. I would also get a lot of Wendy's.
Wait.
There was a
hold
Wendy's
up.
2 minutes from
It was what?
a Wendy's 2
No,
minutes from
no.
It was schmack.
Schmack?
It was schmack.
What is schmack?
Schmack
I
means
suppose-
like, shit, dog, that thing schmacked. It tastes so good.
I've
Was the
never-
accent necessary?
I've
It's
never
just my
heard,
voice.
I've never heard this.
I'm like
this
Aquafina.
lingo before. Oh god, I've never heard this lingo before. Schmack.
Yeah.
I feel like I say schmack a lot.
lingo.
Lingo.
The puppy
That's
doesn't
Duo-
like that
That's
one.
the lingo.
We need a Duolingo for Muckus.
But then we do
Marcus
from that,
Shunk.
we go to art and biz. Let me tell you about my art and biz teacher, Gilbert Bailey II, a king of a man. He was in the original Broadway cast of A Bronx Tale and Beetlejuice. He's also been on Broadway in Book of Mormon.
Cool.
He's this like 5'7", 5'8", like low-key buffed dude who went to Penn State for musical theater. He might be the single funniest teacher I've ever had.
What was his name again?
Gilbert Bailey II.
Gilbert Bailey. That's a tough name.
We call him Gil.
Gil.
Gilbert
Yeah, we
Bailey.
just call him-
That's a warrior's name.
Gilbert Bailey the second.
Gilbert Bailey the second.
Actually, if I
Right,
remember
and-
correctly-
Of the Maxwell clan.
Gilbert Bailey the second of the Broadway class.
Yeah. And then we have art and biz for an hour. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's an art and business class referring to being
What
a
is-
New York City
What is
actor.
business?
Business?
Also, could you not do that with the cable?
Oh, yes. Well, you see, it's called show business. It's not called show.
Ah.
So business. is-
How crash.
How intuitive of me.
Oh, crash.
And then
A brash.
we finish off every day. We have a guest master class. We have a different guest like person who comes in every day. For example, and we each sing for 2 of those people. So it'll be like 4 people a day, and everybody gets to sing twice. So the 2 specific people that I sang for in my master class and the guy I got to work with on hand were Adam Chandler Barrett from the Gossip Girl reboot, Next to Normal on Broadway. He was just in Titanic at City Center. And then I sang for Will Reynolds, who is this like new contemporary musical theater composer. And then we do that. We also had people. We had some great people come in. We had Ben Fonkhauser come in for a master class. We had
Ben
Keith
Fa-
Saunders.
That is a
Thank
sick last name.
He's
Fankhauser?
he's from Newsies.
He's from Newsies. He's
He played Davey in
Yeah,
Newsies.
Davey.
Go
Oh,
and look
really?
at the poor guy's head is
He's like
spinning.
the
That's that guy.
the guy that wasn't
Thank you,
Jeremy
I'm a trained
Jordan that
singer.
was also old.
I don't know people.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's
We also
fair.
had Talia Suskauer come in. She's awesome. She's gonna be in the tour of Parade that's about to go up. She's playing Lucille.
Ooh.
But yeah, and I got new headshots by Murphy Made, because the guy who runs Murphy Made is married to Ryan Scott Oliver, who founded Actor Therapy.
Oh.
And Murphy Made also does the press photos for just about every Broadway show.
That's cool.
They're cracked. I also sang for Lindsay Mendez. She gave me some notes. It was awesome. But that was what I did, and I got a ton of new songs in my book. I met a lot of really cool people. I made a lot of great friends, and
Very cool.
He was,
I can't wait to wait tables in New York City.
He called me. He called me while he was down there once or twice.
Yeah, I saw
I
that you were
remember.
on-
I got to see the shoe box. He looked like he
Mhm.
was doing very well.
Yeah, I just saw that you were on the you were posting about it on your Instagram.
Yeah, I've been known to post on my Instagram.
At
Yeah,
Marcus
I-
at Marcus _ Shin 12.
at- At Marcus_Shin. My Instagram is at the real Donald Trump. Please follow me.
I love this bit.
This
Thank
is
you.
a great little.
But
bit
that was what I did
have.
for 2 weeks.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Speaking of theater, actually, Ethan, I know you're in rehearsals for a show right now. Why don't you
I
tell
thought
us
we were
about that?
axing
yeah,
this bit.
yeah. Well, it's actually Into the Woods. It's a shut up, Charlie. Just every time, it's just gonna be even more just pain.
He's in
pain
rehearsals
and
for
turmoil
for
Into the Woods
for Castaway.
Yeah, I'm
with-
actually I'll change
with
the play
Tom
every time I do
Hanks.
it. Yeah, I'm playing what was the
Wilson.
Wilson.
He's playing Wilson.
Wilson. That was a great freaking movie.
That's a classic. That's El Clasico.
I like the Chipwrecked more. Like Alvin and the Chipmunks spoof.
Alvin and the
Okay.
Chipmunks
That is my
Chipwrecked.
favorite.
Have y'all seen all the Alvin and the Chipmunk?
I have.
The third one is the best.
Uh,
They're on
the-
an island.
Which one's the third? Is that Shipwrecked?
The third one is Chipwrecked. The second one is the Squeakquel.
I really.
I forgot.
I
Is
hate
that the one where it's
squeak-
like boys on the hood?
Is it?
They're like
I really
on
hate the
hood.
Squeakquel just because the Chipettes really annoyed me.
Why?
They just.
They're just as annoying as the Chipmunks.
Yeah, but they don't sing like the fun Christmas song. Like that first movie when they yell, "Me, I want a hula hoop."
That is
That
kind of
did
a hard
something to
scene.
my little Grinch heart.
My little
It grew
Grinch,
tenfold.
little Grinch heart grew tenfold. Little Marcus heart.
We were
Dude.
talking about this before we started recording.
How
but
many Chipmunk movies have
There's
there been?
there's four.
only three.
I-
There's
there's
four?
There's
There's
four.
four.
There's one called The Road Chip, and it was
Is
so
this true?
it was so forgettable.
Can you fact check
I
this
watched
stuff?
it like a
there
couple
four?
years after it came out, and it was so forgettable. Did it crack?
Are we okay?
Wait, did I actually break something?
No, I don't think so. Even
No,
if you
it's
did,
all
I wouldn't
fine.
care too much
That
if.
scared me. I thought I actually
No, if I was just worried because if it did crack, this is a neon sign, so we'd be breathing in neon
we
and
just
probably
lost
die.
40 minutes
die
worth of
in minutes.
footage. In that.
Hold
I
up.
don't think you did.
I'm scared.
No,
I'm
everything's
scared.
fine.
Yeah, no,
Is it
I think
still
we're
recording.
good.
Okay, it's still recording.
It's still recording. We just saw
Oh, yeah.
a part of the set from the lighting crew.
Did
Um,
you throw? Whose deodorant is
don't know.
that you
Someone-
decided
that
to
would
throw?
be mine, I believe.
through
Oh,
deodorant.
so now you feel like an asshole. You threw.
No,
Charlie's
is
deodorant.
this? Oh yeah, no, this is the one that I found under my sink.
Dude,
And
wait.
I used for a couple days when I ran out of my normal deodorant.
Wait, what kind of deodorant do y'all use?
I use the spray stuff from Native because I've realized that
Ooh.
carrying it around.
Fancy.
Well, it helps. It helps because you can spray it like it's easier to apply, and also if you need to share, you can just give some to your buddies.
You know, it's fair.
4 or 5 movies.
Really?
I thought it was
I use 72-hour extra strength Dove, Cool Mint, and Refreshing. Same as Ryan Scoble.
At least 6.
6 Alvin and the Chipmunks movies.
At least.
We got 6. I gotta catch up, dude.
I use the speed stick.
The speed stick.
Yes.
That is
No, not
that
the
is an El
speed stick.
Clasico. That is an
well,
El Clasico.
it's a classic. It's a classic. Well, I also tried the Old Spice for a while, and then I just kind of forgot.
I tried
Yeah.
Native for a while, but I realized the issue with Native is that since it's like
It's
natural
too
deodorant-
natural for you.
Well, no, it's just like
It needs to be more artificial.
Yeah.
It literally isn't.
I need
strong
more
enough
Red
as a
40.
I
thing.
need to walk
Yeah.
out.
That shit will wear off
It's
me in
not-
like an hour.
Well,
and then
that's
I'll
why.
smell bad
That's
again.
the thing is like I don't use the Native stick deodorant. I use the spray stuff because it's so easy to apply.
I just
And number
use-
one, it's like the straight liquid, so you spray like if you want it to last
Oh,
longer, just
so you're
spray
just
more.
like squirting juice on your.
Well, no, it's
armpit.
not.
Ah.
It's not juice. It's like a spray bottle.
I
It's
just-
like
I
if
just-
you were spraying a little bit of cologne,
I
but
dip,
you just
I
do
dip
it
my
under.
pit. I dip my pits in aftershave.
I do. I dip my pits in neon gas
I
from our
love
side.
aftershave. I'm an aftershave guy.
I can't wait until this thing cracks and I breathe in neon gas until
Mm.
I explode.
It-
That's okay. Yeah, our lighting crew, they got a little frustrated with one of the lights wasn't working.
One of our
Yeah.
guests was being a little unruly, so
It's okay.
don't worry, guys.
Our guest from our studio in sunny Burbank, California.
Dude, to keep on the topic of like cleanliness and
Yeah.
personal hygiene, are y'all partakers in the 3-in-1 soap or no?
I'm not a loser.
I haven't in some time.
I use one soap.
It's been a
it's-
while since I've done it.
If it's like the one thing I have and it's like be clean or be dirty,
Yeah.
then like sometimes I
I
gotta
have to-
use
I
it.
have to
But for
shower.
the most part, I do also use Native's shampoo and conditioner, and then I generally use like
You're a
brick bars
native
of-
native shell.
Yeah, I'm a native
Shell.
not sponsored,
I do-
but could be.
I do love.
but could be.
I do love
Native?
the native body wash, but
I haven't
I'm a
used the
Dr.
native
Squatch
body
hair
wash because
guy.
I use like the brick soap. but
Oh, you use brick soap?
I use
get
like
with
the
the brick.
Dr. Squatch
I
and
can
shit
get with a
like
brick. I
that.
love a
Ooh.
loofah. It just feels so nice.
Dude,
I'm not-
loofahs feel great.
I'm not like sharing the shower with nobody, so I just brick soap it. I just
What does that?
I just brick
What
soap
does
it.
that mean? I'm
Because
not
it
sharing
also
the
it
shower with nobody,
exfoliates you because
so I
you're
just
rubbing
brick
shit on
soap.
you,
Not
and it's
sharing.
like it's
Dude,
got
like,
like
but-
see this
But then you're like
our beautiful lighting technician
But then you're
does
sharing the
beautiful in
shower.
appearance, but not in personality.
our
You're
our
sharing the
phenomenal
shower.
our phenomenal lighting technician does agree that brick soap it do be exfoliating you.
I
and
feel
shit.
like, but then you got to rub the brick up in your butt crack is the issue.
No.
If we really want to
We're
get down
not
to the
going
No,
nitty-gritty.
you
here.
don't.
We're not going here.
As
we're
the
not
firm
going
believer of a bi-yearly shower, I'm joking.
Bi-yearly?
No, I
What?
shower every day.
Bi-yearly? Are you freaking?
that's
I
kinda
forgot
late.
he's really into.
He's
Pokemon.
really yeah no I discovered that freshman
What's
year
your
we
favorite-
were
what's-
sitting in a this is before I was even like super tight with Marcus, but we were sitting in I think 160 and
Oh, yeah.
It was Jay Malarche's.
it
I
was
think
Jim
that was
Larche's
160.
class. Another full name drop.
Eh.
But
It's like all these people are actors. Like
yeah,
they want their name to be
yeah,
out
yeah.
there more.
but
No, Jay Malarche wants that.
cool cut.
What about what? So Marcus, what's your favorite Pokemon?
Well, I really want to make love to Lopunny. I'm joking. My favorite Pokemon, it's by far Mamoswine. I love him.
Really?
Yeah, the
Why?
big
The big mammoth. Dude?
He's so cool.
I don't think Mamoswine is
Why?
pretty
He sounded
cool.
like a kid in a commercial.
Well, also,
so cool.
no, he's so sick. Also, my favorite type is ground.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I love.
That's
I
an
don't know-
interesting-
I don't know why it is, but I just love the ground types. Like
Honestly, I think
Mamoswine,
my favorite
Crap.
type is grass.
I think
That's a classic.
I love grass.
I don't know. I feel a very strong
I love
connection to
grass.
water.
Fair.
Water.
Water's got
I
some
like,
good ones.
I like ice. Well, I don't know because like of the first three, our lighting technician does not like after almost
Hey,
breaking.
Lights, what is your favorite Pokemon?
Like of all.
Yeah,
Yeah. What's your favorite Pokemon? Tepig.
that's a valid choice.
That's a
I can
valid
get behind
Tepig's
Tepig.
good.
I like-
Emboar sucks. Hot take.
I actually really like Emboar.
I really don't. His shiny's cool. His
I
shiny's
prefer
very cool.
Emboar to Blaziken.
That is a take.
Blaziken.
Infernape
Wait,
is
is
my
that
favorite
Torchic?
starter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Torchic is like the toughest Pokemon.
Torchic is
Dude,
sick.
you know what's awesome? Do you know
Little
Raboot?
like round bird.
Hmm?
Do you know Raboot? He's from
Which one's that one?
He's from. Is it Sword and Shield? Yeah, he's from Sword
Is he
and
the
Shield.
second evolution?
He's
of,
the second evolution of the rabbit. Only
of,
he just like
Score Bunny.
Yeah.
He's got like the hat on.
No,
or
but
not like a hat.
He
he's got,
gets a fucking sweatshirt and he just like has his hands in his pocket of this
Oh,
sweatshirt.
yeah.
And he's so sick. And then
I
he looks so ugly.
Score Bunny.
And he turns into a soccer player.
I
I'm gonna
like-
put. By the way, I'm gonna put an image of all of these on the screen whenever we talk
Yeah.
about them, so people know what we're talking about. So go check
lighting
it out.
technician does not agree with our young
Go
buddy
check
Muck
it out.
here.
I gotta say, favorite Pokemon, Rowlet. I love him.
I do
Rowlet's
love
good.
a Rowlet.
He is
Rowlet.
just a little owl ball.
Owl or
And
bust.
Decidueye is also freaking sick.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he can he just holds his wing up and
That's-
uses it as a bow and arrow.
That's Sun and Moon, right?
yeah.
That is
Yeah,
Sun and Moon.
I remember when I played through Sun or Moon,
I'm a big Litten guy.
I asked
Litten's
my
cool.
friends what starter I should choose, and it became a running joke for a couple months that it's Owl or Bust because it was Rowlet. So it's,
Incineroar makes me uncomfortable.
Really? I think Incineroar is sick.
He
As-
makes me uncomfortable.
as OP as Mudkip is, and as much as I love my
Oh,
little boy
Mudkip.
Mudkip, I
Swampert.
can't get over Torchic. Torchic is my boy.
Torchic's sick. That generation of starters was that was
That was
That
such
was-
good. Trico too.
that Trico
I
or
think
was that
so.
Turtwig?
Turtwig was.
Oh, that was XY.
that was
so that was
XY.
Piplup.
Yeah, Piplup, Chimchar,
Delphox's what? Fennekin.
Fennekin.
So Piplup, Fennekin, Turtwig.
I
That
also
one was
love-
good. Delphox, I don't like.
I like.
I hate Delphox.
My starter in Pokemon Go the first time I played was Bulbasaur. I love Bulbasaur.
My roommate Bryce, who's been on this podcast,
lighting technician
he
does not like that.
absolutely
I
loves
I think
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur is my favorite Gen 1
Bulbasaur.
starter. I like
Bulbasaur's
Bulbasaur
the
more
best.
than
I like
Charmander.
all- it's
Bulbasaur
so
is
hard
the
to
best
pick,
Gen
dude.
1 starter. Charizard is overrated. Blastoise looks
Blastoise
dumb.
is just mid.
No, Blastoise fucks so hard. He's a tank. He's a tank as fuck.
But
He's got
Bulbasaur's
guns on
better.
his back.
Venusaur is just better.
Venusaur is cool. I have a complicated relationship because I have a complicated relationship with the Gen 1 starters because my nickname growing up was like Charizard, Charmander. Like kids at school that I played Pokemon with would
That's
call
a
me that.
sick nickname.
It is. It
That's
was
a-
kind. It made me feel kind of tough
My
for like a
nickname was
year and a
Little
half.
Chunky Slant-Eyed One. This is not true. That was not my nickname.
All right, thanks for listening to this episode of the podcast.
No, there's still more.
I
We're
feel
still
like
cooking.
It would
Continue.
genuinely be a good idea to start. Like, it's a plausible idea to start this podcast over.
No,
It's
No,
not.
we
it's
have-
not. We shouldn't do it.
We
But
have
like,
great content.
no, I can get stuff
you
out
can
of this.
chip around all of the
I'll
stuff
figure it
we
out.
need
I'll
to
figure it
cut.
out.
Or you
But-
could leave everything in.
No,
That joke can stay in.
Choosing a
That
Gen
one might
1
stay in.
choosing a
Perfect.
Gen 1 starter is like having 3 kids and picking the favorite.
yeah, that's true. I
Like-
mean, they're also
But that's a lie because Blastoise can just go.
No, Blastoise is goated. I love a Squirtle.
I think he's definitely the weakest out of the 3, but he's still good.
I love a Squirtle, dude.
You know what I can't stand? I can't stand the Gen 2 starters. I don't
Which
like
ones
any
are
of
those?
them. That's
Uh,
Cyndaquil, Totodile, and Chikorita. My issue was it
You
was
don't-
They're
always
kind of
You
so
don't like-
forgettable.
Well, here's the-
Wait,
my
you don't-
issue was- it
hold
was-
on. Totodile? Really?
Totodile, the little blue crocodile.
I love him.
Really? He's kind
Yeah.
of cute, but I hate
He's a
for
little-
alligator.
he's a little-
I
Little
really
voice
hate for
crack.
alligator.
Yeah, for alligator's okay.
My issue with I loved Typhlosion so much when the sprites were 2D, but then they made it 3D and they got rid of his like fire
His
thing.
fire, and now he's just
So now
he's just
Now he's
He
just
just
like
looks. He literally
hunchback
looks like
little.
some weird like dick. Like he
Yeah.
literally looks phallical now.
yeah, he does. He looks very
Yeah.
bad now, especially the new Legends Arceus version. Like he just like when he turns the fire off, it's just
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know who I fuck with heavy is Luxray. And like
Oh, I do
the-
love a
the-
Luxray.
Luxray's
the-
The electric.
What's
Wolf.
the first
Shinx?
Shinx? I
Shinx.
wanted to say Sphinx. Shinx is so goated.
Shinx is so cute.
cool. Luxray is awesome.
Luxray's awesome.
I also really like. This might be a rare. This might be a wild pool. I freaking love Klefki.
Which
The-
one's
the
Klefki?
Really?
Just-
Klefki?
He's just keys.
Like,
I
my
love him, and I
Klefki.
also I love Chimecho. I really like Chimecho. He's just a little ball, and he's a chime. He's a wind chime, and he has this big old mouth, and I love him.
This might be. I don't know if this is a wild take or not because I'm not like deep into the.
Oh, I'm not really
community
either.
anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible to hate Ditto.
Oh, Ditto's great.
I think
Oh, Ditto's awesome.
He's
He's
just
so-
like a little
Ditto's
glob guy with
fantastic.
a
He's so chill.
smile.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
He's
Love
so
that guy
chill.
forever.
Ditto's fantastic.
Ditto's great.
I'm really into my guilty one is I'm really into Seismitoad.
Which one's Seismitoad?
That's
He's
the
he's
dude-
from Gen
He's
5.
the stupid blue-looking frog with all the
Well, he's
big,
not.
like,
He's a toad.
whatever with all the big
He's-
dots on.
He's
him.
the one who starts off as Timple, like the little tadpole.
Oh yeah.
That is
yeah.
a
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
take right
I
there.
really do love a little
Seismitoad.
Seismitoad.
I don't mind him.
He's just so fun.
Little Seismitoad.
I also
action.
really like Gastrodon.
Which one's that?
Gastrodon's like the.
Gastrodon is
It's the one from
it's the-
Gen 4.
yeah.
It's like the little like water slug
it's
kind of looking
Wooper,
thing.
right?
No,
Or-
Gastrodon is the one that was Shellos.
Shellos. I love Shellos
Wooper-
and Gastrodon.
Wooper is-
I did a test on what my favorite Pokemon. Now I'm remembering. I did a test where you like weeded out all.
Oh,
of
I
the
did that too.
Pokemon.
I don't remember any of them
And
except for.
I know my
Mamoswine.
top 2 were Torterra and Gastrodon.
Torterra's great.
I love
Torterra's
Torterra.
great.
Quags,
my whole heart.
Quagsire is Wooper's evolution.
Yeah.
He's the one that like
Quagsire.
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 Bulbasaur. I had a big crush on Dawn when I was young.
Which one's Dawn?
Dawn's the Gen 4 girl with the black hair and the beanie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Marcus's celebrity crush, Dawn.
Dawn from
I was
Pokemon.
so into Dawn.
Dawn.
Pokey-Dawn.
Sorry,
Pokey
that was
Dawn.
bad. Wait, who's y'all's favorite? Like, I don't know. Did you guys watch the Pokemon anime?
I did.
I watched bits and
I really
pieces.
didn't
I
like
watched
the
bits and
anime,
pieces.
but
Really?
I watched a little bit.
Why?
Of it.
I watched
It
the
just
first couple
wasn't
seasons.
too interesting to me.
I think
Fair.
I watched the first season when I was really young.
Did y'all have a favorite gym leader?
Ooh, from
I don't
like
remember.
a specific game.
I
or
don't
just, like-
remember.
Brock.
okay, well, Brock is the
Brock
Classic.
is the right answer.
Brock is the correct answer, but like, if we're going just off of like vibes alone and not actually what you think of your favorite, I really like Clay from Gen 5.
Who?
He's just like this fucking like cowboy mayor of, and he's like the ground type gym leader,
Huh.
and he wears this big ass fucking hat and a full suit. He just reminds me of like Royce.
Shout out Royce.
Shout out to Royce. the
Royce
goat.
Montana,
The
sophomore acting major.
The goat.
Cinderella's father.
Cinderella's father and these two guys' musical callback.
That's true. That's true. In the
Callback.
musical, Marcus, you're not gonna ask.
What's a musical?
Oh, he missed it.
He missed it.
I don't get it.
Marcus,
Bit's over.
speaking of musicals, I hear you're currently in the midst of rehearsals for a musical.
Oh yes. Yeah. I'm playing Chef Pumpernickel, and
The blueberry chef.
The blueberry chef. He doesn't understand the bit, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Charlie, AOT. You have the
AOT.
floor.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my goodness.
That was on my list of like they asked me what
That
like,
makes me so happy you said
they
that.
were asking me what I wanted to do
Because-
for this, and I was like, I have a couple of topics, and literally one of the ones was just Charlie, Attack on Titan.
And I'm glad because Pokemon was kind of his realm, and now I get to yap for a little
So
bit.
you've been watching Attack on Titan for
I
the
have.
first time. Marcus and I are both caught
I'm
up.
putting him on it. I've
He-
seen it. I've seen it 3 times over, and now I'm putting
It's
Charlie.
put
such a
me on it.
phenomenal
it
anime.
It has eclipsed to become my favorite show of all time.
All right.
It
eclipsed
is
favorite
Clone
It
show.
Wars.
It
It beat
eclipsed
Clone Wars.
It beat Clone Wars, which is
Wow.
crazy because Clone Wars formed me as a human
Clone
being.
Wars was fantastic.
Clone Wars is fantastic.
What
The
formed
old-
me as a human being was when my uncle would come and whisper sweet nothings into my ear. This is a joke. My uncle's never done anything like that. Back to you.
I'm glad.
Okay.
I'm glad we got the clarity here.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're being clear about our bits.
Charlie, AOT, go.
AOT, go. So originally, growing up, my favorite show, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Huge Star Wars.
Great
dork.
show.
I've always been a huge Star Wars dork, and I very much lived in fantasy universes, and so Star Wars, as always, the clones are my favorite characters.
They're
you know.
so good.
The clones, just in general, are above Anakin, above Obi-Wan. Like and I love Anakin and Obi-Wan. Don't get me wrong, I love the Jedi, I love Luke, but the clones stay on top, and they're just my favorite characters. It's such a somber note of whether it's like, born into war and
Yeah.
forced to fight. It's very sad, but they're just very honorable. But the reason I say AOT, it's lightning outside.
Oh, jeez.
But the reason I say AOT is my new favorite show is because I don't think I could enjoy Clone Wars as much if the rest of Star Wars didn't exist.
That's fair.
Whereas AOT,
Needs
I don't
prior-
need anything
prior
else.
context.
AOT is its own thing.
It's its own.
Yeah.
You don't need anything.
And Marcus began showing it to me. He started showing it to me about a year ago.
This is true. It has been
And
a year.
You've been
I
watching
watched-
it for a year? Dang.
Well,
We took a 9-month break.
Yeah.
Ah,
I
hiatus.
watched the first 15 episodes.
We watched the first 15 episodes of season 1. We got into the point where they're running away from the female Titan in the forest, and
Yeah.
then took a 9-month break.
and
in
we
the
took a
middle of that
9-month
arc.
break,
You know, that's honestly where I took a
And I
break too
came-
when I watched it.
and I came back, and our lighting technician thinks that the female Titan is bad.
Oh, shit. Annie? Oh.
We have some wonderful noises coming from
Anyways.
our beautiful studio audience in beautiful sunny Burbank, California.
I don't like
These
this.
two are our
If
studio
you
audience.
listen closely,
Yeah.
there's clapping from the studio audience.
Charlie, AOT, go.
AOT. But when I came back, I think the first episode I watched when I was back is when Annie turned into a rock.
Oh, the little like cute,
The-
not cute.
or
The,
she,
the
like-
egg.
No, the first one
Aaron-
we watched when we
Aaron-
came back was when she kills Levi's squad.
Oh
That was the
yeah,
first
yeah,
one.
yeah. When
Oh
he-
yeah.
she,
Oh,
like, mauls
spoilers
Levi-
for AOT, Attack on Titan. If anyone's
Yeah,
watching
if
this and
anybody's
hasn't
watching-
watched it yet,
Yeah, you should watch it. First
Yeah.
of all, go watch it now.
no, we're not going to get into spoilers for season 4 though, because
Yeah,
Charlie,
because I am a couple episodes into season
yeah.
4.
If you wanna skip to a point without spoilers, go to here.
Our lighting technician really wants to spoil
go to,
it.
go to there.
I really
I
want
think.
somebody to touch my butt.
Charlie,
Charlie, AOT.
anyways, so he wants somebody to touch his butt. But anyways,
So you got in as soon as Levi's squad.
Levi's
got
squad got mauled to
eviscerated.
death in the store.
Dude, I think her name is like Pyra or
Petra.
Petra.
She was cute too.
Oh, her freaking death.
when she got slammed into the tree.
Oh my god.
Oh my
They broke her
god!
back.
Huh?
So
They broke her back. That shit
Dude, they
was,
didn't
like,
break
bad.
just her
So-
back. They broke every part of
yeah,
her.
she got slammed in. Her bones turned to dust.
She got like
that-
Nick Chubbed, only it was in the
Got
middle of her
Nick-
spine instead of
got
just her
Nick
knee.
Chubbed. Nick Chubb, you're coming back to my fantasy team because I know with that bionic leg you're getting.
We're 1-3 in fantasy. 'cause
We are.
haven't
I
opened
checked
the
when
app
I
in
was
3
home this
weeks.
week.
Oh, this is football.
Anyway,
Okay.
yeah. No, this is football.
Okay.
We're 1-3.
We're
That
1
might
and
be the
3 right
first-
now because we neglected to change any of the players. Wow, 13-6.
Baseball?
Paintball,
No, I said this is baseball.
baseball. It's paintball. It's baseball. It's paintball. Anyways,
But it's just such a well-written show.
oh my god,
beautiful.
That's what
It's
hit
beautiful.
me. Is I never stopped. It never stopped like touching my heart. It was
Yeah.
like just tugging on every win. There was like
It's like
I've
it'll hook
never
you
really-
in with
loss.
great action, but then it like truly is such a beautifully crafted.
That's what I
story
like. Is
behind
it's
that.
not like one of those shows where it's like, well, you need to constantly be focusing on the politics because that's like I do like
part of the show.
I do like the politics of AOT. I love the politics of Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's also not the only cool thing about it, and that's
Yes, that picked up, Marcus. I can hear it when you go.
I'm sorry, I just started thumping my floor.
Yeah.
God,
Anyway,
don't.
but yeah, just that like I've never really had a show second to only really like One Piece,
Yeah.
where like I started watching it and I
Luffy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I couldn't just like I couldn't stop watching.
Yeah.
Like that show when I started watching it, I probably watched the first season in like a week.
Yeah.
Or maybe like 3 days. I don't
I
even
was
know.
gonna say AOT. Before stuff got busy, Marcus and I were watching like 6 episodes a night.
It was-
because I just
it's
couldn't. And every episode is a
Such good
cliffhanger.
show.
It
Yes,
drags you
which-
so far.
which
in.
I love, but my God, do I also hate because I'm like I can't go to bed. That Breaking Bad does the same thing.
Yeah.
Where I'm like I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
go to
yeah.
bed because I want to know what happens
It's
in
the
the
same
show.
thing. And number one, what is your guys' favorite character? I know his is
Reiner. Without a doubt, Reiner.
Reiner is his favorite character, which I'm starting to understand as I watch season 4.
Yeah, Charlie didn't get it when we were in like
I
season
do
2 and
think
3.
I thought he was
but
cool,
now
but
I
I didn't
understand.
understand why he was Marcus's
right,
favorite.
but I
Probably-
fucking love Reiner.
For me, probably.
You like Hanji, don't you?
I do
Hanji's
like
up
Hanji,
there.
but also like Irwin. I
Irwin,
really
Irwin.
Erwin.
Oh my god!
my soldiers fight.
That I watched that scene. These guys, well, actually,
My soldiers rage.
the My Soldiers Rage part brought me to tears.
Literally,
I was sitting here. It was
one
Marcus.
of the greatest scenes
It-
in any show.
I think it was Marcus, me, and my girlfriend laying here, and watching AOT. I could not help but have my eyes
sorry.
fill with tears. If you haven't watched it, I'm gonna try not to spoil it. Please watch this show. As somebody who is just going through
Go
it now,
watch Attack
it
on
changed
Titan.
my life.
Go watch Attack on Titan. And after
Um,
you watch Attack on Titan, watch One Piece.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna eventually get to One Piece.
Dude.
After you watch One Piece, you'll be ready for episode 73 of the Random Banter podcast.
That's
That's
true.
true.
Or multitask. Learn to like pick out audio from multiple sources.
Mm-hmm.
That could make you like superhuman.
Perfectly
Attack on
happy with
Titan.
me.
It's kind of hard to. I have a really hard time picking favorites. It's just something that I'm like. It's really hard for me to do. But Levi is very far up there.
Levi's
the
great.
episode
Levi's sick.
But I feel
Levi's
like- I feel
fighting
like
the
that's just-
military police that have like the shotguns.
And
That
he's
they're
like,
and he doesn't
flying
have his
through the
swords.
streets.
Yeah,
Kenny.
he doesn't have his swords, and he's fighting Kenny and his goons.
Kenny.
And he doesn't have his swords, so he's just sticking people with his ODM gear.
Dude, that part
Yeah.
is so. He like
That's the-
fucking grapples a
that's
dude in his throat.
the
Yeah.
tightest shit in the world. And
Where?
I'll tell you no.
What just happened in season 4? Where are you at? I'm trying not to
We-
spoil anything.
We are at the part.
Dude,
the
it is
theatrical performance of what was the guy's name?
Willie Tiber.
Willie Tiber. Willie Tiber's theatrical performance was just interrupted.
We're at the part where Aaron transforms. He explodes through the stage, and
Okay.
Willie's cut in half,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
it cuts to the end of episode. That's
Yeah.
where we're at.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering
Yeah.
if you. I'm not gonna say anything about what happens after that.
My
but
my favorite part of the show thus far, I think, is the glitched ending in that one episode of
oh yeah,
in that one.
That's your favorite part.
Lighting technician is agreeing.
that's such a good.
It was seriously like Marcus watched me like I was just shouting. I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?" It was like fucking creepypasta
Yeah.
in fucking AOT, and it just drew me in, and it was so scary and interesting,
Dude.
And then I saw it resolved in those 4 episodes in season 3 because I went to like a friend's birthday party in Conneaut, very beautiful place if you've never been, but
Yeah.
I went there. And my friends there, whose birthday it was, had also watched AOT. And I told them what episode I was on. And they were like, the next one, prepare yourself. I was like, oh, okay. And then they were watching it. And I put a pillow over my head and laid in my bed and just sat there and tried to hear absolutely nothing because I wanted to come home and watch it with Marcus.
Yeah.
And
Wait, they watched it with you in the room?
no, I purposely went to a different room.
Oh, okay.
Because they were like, I don't care what you do. I want to watch it now because you reminded me of how much I love this show.
Oh, valid. Fair.
And I remember coming home and watching my Soldier's Rage seriously put real life tears in my eyes.
Valid.
Erwin, the GOAT.
Charlie has also broken our door to our porch because of
I
Attack on
did.
Titan.
He did do
the
that.
blinds on our
The
door
blinds
are broken.
are destroyed.
The end of, what is it?
I was
It was
there.
the end of season 3. It was in the middle of Grish's flashback. If you recall the part where
Yeah.
Kruger's like going, "You need to save Mikasa and Armin."
Yeah.
And then
He's like, yeah, you need to save
and then he's
Mikasa
like,
and
"What
Armin.
the fuck?
Yeah,
Whose
he's like-
memories are those?"
He's like, who's that?
Right. He said those words, and Charlie goes, "Ah!" And he does a lap, and he runs right into our.
Yeah,
porch.
Charlie. He literally ran into the door and shattered the blinds.
Yeah. So I shouted, and the episode ended, and I was sitting there staring at a black screen with my jaw agape as all of these guys looked at me like,
Like, what do you think, buddy?
"What do you think, buddy?" And I went, "I need to take a lap." And I got up and I sprinted over to where our staircase
Were you
is
here for
down
that
my
one, Ethan?
room.
Yeah.
And their area next to our back porch door was slippery, and so I slammed shoulder first into our door, almost broke the glass,
It was
broke the
It
blinds.
was very funny. It was
And then I
worth it.
took another lap.
You're
but
almost
I was-
like the armored titan through
I
freaking
am
wall.
from
Like,
through the
boom.
first wall. If you're watching the show right now, live depiction of Charlie Mattingly flying
armored
through
titan
the door.
flying
Armored
through the
Titan
wall.
flying through Wall Maria.
Aria.
Maria, whatever.
What are the 3 walls? Maria.
Maria,
It's
Rose,
Cena,
and-
Rose, and Maria.
Right,
I don't
okay.
know the order. Actually, Maria's outside.
I think
Rose
it's
is middle.
Rose and then
Cena's Cena's the innermost.
Because like I remember they're talking about like Wall Rose and Maria you hear about the most, and then
Right.
Cena you never
because
really.
Rose
hear
is the one for trust.
Yeah.
And then Maria's Shiganshina.
yeah.
And watching the end of season 3 after seeing the glitched ending might be the most satisfying moment I've
What
ever
was
had.
the glitched ending?
It's the
glitched
one where it
ending-
cuts to them on the roof with Armin's charred corpse.
Yeah, and you don't know it's Armin.
Oh.
And
Oh yeah, I forgot
Levi's-
Armin gets freaking.
well, and
cooked.
also before
so
that, there's just a
Armin.
bunch of flashing images of later in the show of like the vial of the Titan serum and Armin's charred corpse. And
Armin's
what
charred
was the
corpse.
other
I saw
one?
that someone made a this is off topic a little bit, but I saw someone had an Attack on Titan themed birthday party, and they had an Armin cake, and they put it in the oven for like 3 hours, and they brought it out, and it was just charcoal.
What a great bit.
And then
That's
there was
awesome.
also another one where it was like Marco, and they cut the cake in half and like only gave them half the cake
That's
because
crazy.
Marco gets freaking
Chopped.
For those of you who don't know, if you're in this long, there's a character named Marco. He's in the show, and his whole thing is he gets literally like half his
Off-screened in half.
he gets off screen and half of his body is gone.
Yeah.
Like literally like whoop down the body, like just
Yeah.
gone.
What is wrong with you?
This is the Nick at Night version of
It really
the
is.
Random Banter podcast.
really is.
I don't get it.
You know when like
At night
it's
makes
like Adult
Clash
Swim.
Royale videos.
It's like
Clash
Adult
Royale.
Swim. You know when like in Cartoon Network, it's like it's when your mom was like, "Get the fuck in your room."
Attack on Titan was on Adult
It's a
Swim. Did you know
it's
that?
ha
Toonami.
no getting away is easy.
So
It's a living that's bow bow bow.
So I'm gonna get into real quick before we end because we're getting a little close to the end, and I know, at least I've got some homework I got to work
Yeah,
on.
no, I do too.
But let's get into a little bit of random records where we talk about some music that we listen to. I know Charlie, you're a big music guy. Marcus, I'm assuming you listen to music.
We listen
Yeah.
to a lot of musical theater.
Oh.
And other music, but a lot of musical
Yeah,
stuff.
it's majority
So
musical
we'll
theater.
start.
Is that
we'll,
true? It actually might
We'll
be.
start
It
with
might be.
we'll start with Mr. Charles. What kind of music you been listening to lately?
A lot of jazz.
Why?
Lot of jazz. Me and my girlfriend both love jazz. I
Mhm.
always love jazz, but specifically when it hits fall and winter,
Valid.
it's all I can listen to. Jazz, funk, a lot of that stuff. Ethan sent me his funny Spotify playlist,
I did do that.
which is quite nice.
I have a
because-
very cursed Spotify
He
playlist where it's
does.
just terrible songs, and
I'm
I
not-
sent it to him, and it's
yeah.
wildly awful.
Let's see some of the. Can I list some of the tracks?
Yeah, you can list a couple of them.
Well, one of the there's a remix of the Game Over theme from Super Mario World that I've been listening to on loop for multiple days. And I love that one. It's not that song, but it's the one that's like down, 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 down. I can't stop listening to that one. A lot of Frank Sinatra, a lot of Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong, Tina Turner. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of
the good
jazz
stuff. Yeah.
as of late,
Well,
partially because
Fall.
of my voice. Well, fall, but also I normally like to sing my music when I'm in the car. It's just like a good stress relief. And
Yeah.
since I haven't been able to sing, I've just been listening to a lot of
Yeah,
instrumental
because you had
stuff.
COVID and it destroyed your
It
voice.
destroyed my voice, and then
Yeah.
I was in a show, and I had to scream a
Yeah.
lot, and so I never really recovered. But
Yeah.
we're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
What about you, Marcus? What music you been listening to lately?
Well, if we're talking about me listening to musical theater, my big kick is the Notebook cast recording. It's you're staring at me like you think I'm a loser now.
Is this a bit? What?
This is not a bit. I love the Notebook musical.
I've
I'm
heard-
seeing it over
I've
Thanksgiving.
never. I didn't know they made a musical. out of
Really?
it. No.
Yeah, it's closing in December. I'm seeing it over Thanksgiving break. I am so excited.
That'll be cool.
Ingrid Michaelson made the. I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Okay.
Ingrid M. She
Okay.
made the score to it. It's one of the most beautiful, musical soundtracks that I've ever heard. It's
Cool. Need
such.
to listen to it.
It is such beautiful music. It's oh my god, it's actually brilliant. I also really like. I've been on a Bruno Mars kick.
Bruno
Ever since
Mars,
he
the
made
goat.
Ever since he
Bruni-
made Die with the
oh,
Smile.
with
Die
Dolly
with a
Parton?
Smile.
Ever since Die with the Smile
Oh
came out,
my
I've been on a
goodness.
Is that with Dolly Parton?
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Oh, Lady Gaga.
But they wear country outfits.
Yeah.
But ever since that song came
Phenomenal
out,
song.
I've been on a Bruno Mars kick. I love
Fair.
Bruno Mars. but
I
I've been
love
back
Bruno
on it.
Mars.
He's
to death.
he's the goat.
He's
Mhm.
the go-to. He's the new Michael Jackson,
He
except
is,
with
he is.
without all the controversy.
And with 5 foot and 5 inches on him.
yeah, with
Like me.
with a
Fair.
young Marcus build.
Fair.
I always
He's
love.
5'5".
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
5'5".
Short King, dude.
I'm 5'5".
You're 5'5".
Mhm.
He's 5'5". It's
Oh,
so
I'm
unique.
pretty much Bruno Mars. I always like Peach Pit. That's one of my classic
Peach Pit
go-tos.
is
Peach
good.
Pit's good.
Give up, baby,
Mhm.
go.
I really
Good
like
song.
their title song too. Where it's, oh, Peach Pit, where the owls
That's a good
go."
one.
That one's chill.
Sweet
Yeah.
FA is one of their songs.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Sweet something.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good music though.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
What kind of music I've been listening to? Well, I recently just. This can be a topic for a later episode because I want to have a Halloween episode at some point. But I'll just leave
That'd
it
be
at
the
this.
Grubby Gang.
I
episode?
we could do that. I
Oh, yeah.
recently just finished Over the Garden Wall.
Oh,
Which, for
my
those of you
I've
who
never
don't know,
seen that show. I've heard a lot.
such
so phenomenal.
It's a Cartoon Network show. If you were looking to get into the fall mood,
10
you need a fall
episodes.
mood.
yes.
It's 10 episodes. Each episode is 10 minutes. It'll take you a day.
Yeah, it's such a heartwarming.
It literally it's
Feel-good
heartwarming.
fall show.
It's compelling. It's funny.
it's funny as hell.
It's funny.
That kid wears a
always-
pot on his
it's
head.
like
that
a mi-
always scared me, so I never watched.
It's a mystical
It's-
little fun little gnome world, and it's there's music in almost every episode,
It's so good.
and the music is fantastic.
so fantastic.
And I've been listening to that playlist on repeat recently.
There's one
Um,
song that they didn't end up using in the show. I think they used the
yeah,
melody.
you played it for me.
It's
It's
a
like
thing
save,
they ended up
save me
u-
a peach.
Yeah, they ended up using the melody in one of the one of the episodes. They used the melody, but it wasn't the whole song. Send Me a Peach, probably my favorite song from that whole soundtrack.
It's such a good show.
A phenomenal show. Phenomenal. Another highly
Milk
recommend.
light of
After
the
AOT.
moon.
After AOT, you
Oh.
should watch.
Yeah,
Or
we're giving
watch Over the Garden Wall
you,
before.
yes, you, the audience member listening to this. I know you're listening to it on your couch in the car
Thank you
at
for
work.
supporting our Patreon. That's how we continue to make episodes like this.
Yes.
Thank you for supporting us, Monster Mega Loco Not
Yeah,
sponsored,
and
but could be
na-
sponsored
native,
eventually,
Native.
and native sponsorship
And
also,
Manscaped.
and
Yeah.
Manscaped.
Thanks, Manscaped.
Remember to shave.
Yep. Well, I mean, I say we wrap this up here because
Yeah.
I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
I want to go home and
I
work
gotta
on
go.
homework.
This
We've
Mega
given you a
Loco
great
Monster is
episode
wearing
today,
it.
guys.
We have.
If you want to see the raw, unedited footage, so you
Which
can
you
hear
don't.
every brilliant. You might be thinking, man.
Every brilliant joke that Marcus has made.
I just
Yeah.
want you to know, after you sit through this whole episode, you might be thinking to yourself, Marcus really hasn't talked that much. Oh, I have.
Oh,
But Ethan doesn't like.
He has.
Ethan doesn't like the Korean descent in me, so he
Okay.
cuts out all my jokes.
Okay.
That's not.
That's not true.
That's not true.
So he
You've
cuts
just
out
been
everything I
saying-
My
say.
roommate is Korean. It's fine.
You've just been
I know a gay person.
That's not.
Okay, let's cut this ball.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of the. Oh wait, I didn't do the thing I do in every episode.
What's the thing?
you guys got to shout out my friend's dad.
We got to shout out his friend's dad.
His name's Chad Hankins. He's a police
Chad
officer.
Hankins.
Thank you, Chad Hankins, for your service.
Thank you, Chad Hankins, for
Stay
being
classy,
Sorry,
Santiago.
sorry, air marshal.
He's an air marshal.
So that's completely a different job.
Sorry.
Policeman and air marshal are
he-
not at all the
He's
same.
the policeman of the skies.
true. I like that.
He
Can
can-
that be his title?
Yeah, policeman of the skies. Sorry, Chad.
Chad
I got your
Hankins.
job wrong. I'm
Chad
sorry.
Hankins?
Policeman of the, yeah,
Chad Hankins, policeman of the sky. Thank you for what you do.
Thanks, Chad.
Thanks, Chad.
Thanks.
And
Chad.
thank
Hey.
you. And thank you for
Chad, go ahead and get yourself
Oh, and speaking of theater, Ethan, you're in rehearsals for
a
show.
Mango Loco Monster Nut sponsor.
Yeah, Marcus,
but
I'm
could
actually
be
I'm in
sponsored.
rehearsals for this show. It's
an
Into
adult
It's Into the
movie.
Woods. It's Into the Woods. It's a Stephen Sondheim musical.
He's
and
in
and,
this.
and thank you for listening to this episode of the Random Banter podcast. This has been episode 73.
He's
I'm the host, Ethan.
He's
I had
so hot.
I had
host.
Charlie.
He's so sexy.
I had Charlie and Marcus
and
on
hopefully
the
we
episode.
will be back on.
Yeah.
This
I'm-
is.
I'm
I
really-
think. I think
this
Ethan
was
had a
so
great
much
time.
fun.
We gotta have Luke and Xander
gotta
on
have
two
Luke and
more
Xander
to make
on.
it.
We gotta
even more.
have
and I
one-
gotta have not just an iPhone.
We gotta
12.
have one that's just me and not actually you
Because
either.
I would really like to be a frequent flyer on this podcast.
You can totally do it. Hmm?
we
Listen,
do need more one.
if
I
this,
actually do need more women.
If this podcast were an airplane, I'd want to join the Mile High Club in it.
All right. Well,
And speaking of theater,
all right. Well, yeah.
Speaking of
Yeah. Let's.
No, I would really like to be a frequent flyer on
Dude,
this podcast.
come
Thank
on.
you for having
come
us
on again.
on.
I'm
Thank
I
you.
hope you guys enjoyed your time.
It was wonderful. I
Good.
loved it.
Marcus, did you like it?
this was actually a lot of fun.
This
Oh,
was
good.
so much fun.
I'm
I've been
glad.
wanting to be on a podcast for so long.
I'm
This-
glad I've
this made my
fostered
heart
such
beat.
a
I have so many
constructive.
great, insightful things to say. So now the world can just see how smart I really am.
All right.
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for watching.
I'm gonna make sure that this thing recorded all of that. But yeah. Bye.
Bye everybody.